The old Victorian house stood on a hill overlooking the town, its silhouette a stark contrast against the evening sky. Grand and imposing, it held an allure, a promise of a new beginning for our family. The intricate details of its architecture whispered tales of a bygone era, inviting us to become part of its storied history. We were captivated by its charm, overlooking the whispers of its past. The house seemed to beckon us with open arms, its grandeur masking the secrets it held within its walls. The air was thick with anticipation as we crossed the threshold, our laughter echoing in the cavernous rooms. Each step we took resonated with the promise of new memories to be made, new stories to be written. We were home. The sense of belonging was immediate, as if the house had been waiting for us all along. The first few days were filled with unpacking and exploring. Every corner of the house held a new discovery, a new piece of its history revealed. We reveled in the home's history, each creaking floorboard and ornate fixture a testament to its past. The antique furniture and vintage decor spoke of a time long gone, yet somehow still present in every room. We felt like characters in a storybook, living amongst the echoes of generations past. The walls seemed to whisper their secrets to us, sharing the joys and sorrows of those who had come before. Little did we know, the story of this house was far from over. As night fell, the house took on a different character, its shadows deepening, its silence growing more profound. The flickering lights hinted at mysteries yet to be uncovered, adventures yet to be had. Our journey in this old Victorian house was just beginning, and we were eager to see where it would lead us. The first sign that something was amiss was subtle. A book misplaced, a faint scent of lavender in the air, as if someone had just walked by, leaving a trace of their presence. A floorboard creaking when no one was near, echoing through the silence of the night. We dismissed these occurrences as the house settling, its old bones adjusting to our presence. After all, it was an old house, full of history and memories. We were, after all, still strangers in its embrace, trying to make it our home. As days turned into weeks, the incidents became more frequent, more pronounced. Doors creaked open on their own, objects moved inexplicably, as if guided by unseen hands. A sense of unease began to settle over us, a feeling of being watched, of being judged. It was as if the house itself was alive, observing our every move. We were no longer alone in our new home. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of our vision, and whispers echoed in the hallways at night. We tried to rationalize it, to find logical explanations, but the feeling of being watched never left us. The house had secrets, and it seemed determined to share them with us. We were caught in a web of the past, unable to escape its grasp. The whispers of the past had become our present, and we could no longer ignore them. The cold spots were the first tangible evidence that something was truly wrong. Pockets of icy air, localized and intense, clung to certain areas of the house. They moved unpredictably, defying logic and explanation. The air grew heavy in these spots, charged with an unseen energy. My youngest daughter, Lily, was the most sensitive to these disturbances. She refused to enter certain rooms, her eyes wide with fear. She spoke of feeling cold, of someone breathing on her neck. Her innocent words sent chills down my spine, a primal fear taking root in my heart. With each passing day, the activity intensified. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, faint and indistinct, yet undeniably human. Shadows danced at the edge of our vision, fleeting glimpses of movement that vanished upon closer inspection. The air grew thick with dread, a suffocating blanket of fear. Sleep became a distant memory. Every creak of the floorboards, every sigh of the wind against the window panes, sent our hearts racing. We were prisoners in our own home, trapped by the unseen forces that were closing in around us. The tension culminated one night in Lily's room. A blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, jolting us from our restless sleep. We rushed to her room, hearts pounding in our chests, only to find her cowering in the corner, her eyes wide with terror. "It's here," she whispered, her voice trembling. "The lady in the white dress." She pointed to the doorway where a translucent figure hovered in the dim light. The ghostly apparition stared at us with hollow eyes, its presence sending a wave of icy fear through our veins. The encounter with the ghost shattered any remaining doubt. We were living in a haunted house held captive by an entity with a malevolent agenda. The paranormal activity escalated, becoming bolder, more aggressive. Objects flew across the room, disembodied voices taunted us, and the temperature plummeted to bone-chilling levels. Fear became our constant companion. We moved through the house like shadows, our nerves frayed, our spirits broken. The once welcoming abode had transformed into a prison, its walls closing in on us, suffocating us with its oppressive presence. We were trapped, ensnared in a web of terror we couldn't escape. The house held us captive, its unseen occupant toying with us, reveling in our fear. Every corner held a memory of terror, every shadow a promise of impending doom. Sleep offered no respite, haunted by nightmares of spectral figures and icy whispers. Our waking hours were consumed by fear, dreading the next manifestation of the supernatural, the next encounter with the unknown. We were living a nightmare, and there seemed to be no escape. Desperate for answers, we delved into the history of the house, scouring old records, interviewing townsfolk. We discovered a tragic tale of love, betrayal, and murder. The previous owner, a young woman named Eliza, had been brutally killed by her jealous husband. Her spirit, unable to find peace, remained trapped within the walls, seeking revenge for her untimely demise. The cold spots, the whispers, the ghostly apparitions, all pointed to Eliza's tormented soul. The truth, however horrifying, offered a glimmer of understanding. Eliza's pain, her rage resonated within the very foundation of the house. She was not a malevolent entity, but a wounded soul seeking solace, seeking justice. We realized that we were not just battling a ghost, but confronting a tragic past. Eliza's story needed to be told, her pain acknowledged, her spirit set free. Only then could we hope to find peace within the walls of the haunted house. We gathered in the room where Eliza had met her demise, our hearts heavy with empathy for the soul trapped within these walls. We spoke to her spirit, acknowledging her pain, her anger, her sorrow. We promised to share her story, to ensure that she was never forgotten. As we spoke, the air grew heavy, charged with emotion. The temperature dropped and a cold wind swept through the room, and then silence. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a sense of peace, of closure. We left the house that night, our hearts heavy with the weight of Eliza's story. The air was thick with an unspoken fear, a sense of dread that clung to us like a shadow. Each step away from that old Victorian house felt like a step into the unknown, a journey away from the tangible and into the realm of the unseen. While the paranormal activity had ceased, the memory of our encounter lingered, a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that surround us. The eerie silence of the house was replaced by the haunting echoes of our own thoughts. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind seemed to carry the weight of the past, a past that refused to be forgotten. We may have escaped the haunted house, but we knew that we could never truly escape the grip of the unseen. The fear had seeped into our very bones, a constant reminder that the world is not as it seems. The house had let us go, but it had left its mark, a scar that would never fully heal. The experience left an indelible mark on our souls, a constant reminder that some doors are best left unopened, some mysteries better left unsolved. The house had shown us a glimpse of the darkness that lies hidden within us all, a darkness that we must confront and understand if we are to find peace. Some secrets better left buried. The old Victorian house stood as a testament to the unknown, a monument to the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. It was a place where the past and the present collided, where the living and the dead coexisted in a fragile balance. For within the walls of that old Victorian house, we had confronted not only a ghost, but the darkness that lies hidden within us all. It was a journey into the depths of our own fears, a confrontation with the unknown that left us forever changed. The house may have been haunted, but it was our own ghosts that we had to face, our own fears that we had to overcome.